Hey, how you doing everyone? Force Raider here and welcome to the Fidelio incident. Not totally sure if I'm actually saying that correctly, but hey, if I'm wrong, you'd always tell me down in the comments. And if you don't tell me down in the comments, then I guess I'm just gonna keep saying it wrong. Sorry. But I saw this while perusing around on Steam, and it's been out for a few years. I noticed that I have never heard of this game before, and it looked really cool. I was kind of surprised I haven't seen anybody else really play it. But I better go ahead and get into it because the music's starting to get really loud, and for some reason, it doesn't seem like I'm really able to control the level of the music in the menu. Hopefully that the options actually at least control it in the game, or that'd be a little bit worrying. Ooh.
Jesus.
Well, that's just a little turbulent. Why are you so nervous, love?
I don't know. I didn't sleep well last night.
There's nobody in the seat. Where is...
It's been a while since you...
It's nothing. I'll be fine. Just make sure that cargo's secure.
Everything looks fine back here. Things are shifting a little, but...
Damn it!
Alright, that was quite a belt. Let's get our minds on something else. You ever still think about Ireland?
It's 30 years since I've been there, Leonor. I don't remember anything.
Don't be daft.
Neat little picture.
Tell me a story about when you were a little boy.
All right. Did I ever tell you about the time I stole a box of sweets?
No, you haven't.
I was maybe 7 or 8. I was at the corner store with me dad. He gave me enough money for one box. But I thought, wouldn't it be grand to get the box for him instead?
Oh, that's sweet.
Well, I'm not so sure. I think I'd done something at the time and was trying to make up for it. But as much as I wanted to give him the sweets, I still wanted some, you know. So I bought the one and pocketed the other.
Oh, no.
And just as soon as I paid the man, I turned around and saw me dad. Just staring at me.
Oh, no. Did he know what you done? Or did you get away with it?
Well, that's the thing. He...
Oh.
Shit!
Oh my God! Stanley!
Put your
Stanley,
seatbelt
look!
on!
The left engine's on fire!
No. Oh, Christ, this isn't good.
Stanley, what's happening?
We're going down, love, okay? I need you to hold on, get in the brace position.
No.
Is my name Sal?
Stanley!
Oh, Stanley. Oh, that's kind of cool. I mean, I would like to get a better look at that, but... And silence. Get an achievement just for starting the game.
The plane.
Oh,
Leno.
once again,
Where?
thrown clear from the wreckage. They said Leonor? Is that her name? Well, fuck, the fact I can even move is amazing. Yeah, this thing really is spread out.
Leonor. Where are you, love?
Man, this looks really good.
Up there. My plane.
Left engine's on fire. Oh, shit!
Jesus Christ.
Is this like an 80s cell phone going off or something? What is this?
God. No. Leonor. Leonor?
Stanley?
Leonor, yes, it's Stanley.
Stanley, are you there?
I can hear you, love. I'm here.
You must have picked up. Christ, I hope you can hear me.
Fucking mobile's broken. She can't hear me.
I'm still in the plane. Or part of the plane. My leg gets trapped.
Christ.
I can't move. Stanley, I don't know where I am, but I can't see you, but there's smoke. There's black smoke, and see?
Lena. Black smoke. She's still alive. Pull it together, Stanley. Do what needs to be done.
Yes. Go find your wife. Oh. Oh. I'm getting frosty. It's gonna be like Dead Space 3, I gotta stay by the fire, huh? Yeah, that's definitely something. So I gotta move from heat source to heat source, I bet. And those appear to be thermal vents. This is really, really cool looking. So far, I can dig the story. I mean, we ran into like a flock of birds that sunk our freaking plane. Well, sunk. Knocked it out of the sky.
Got to stay warm.
I didn't read what that said. Fuck. This I don't like. Fuck the ice. Fuck the snow. And dear God, please let me make it to the next geyser. Or thermal vent, or whatever it is. I guess, yeah, it's more like a geyser.
Better get moving.
There's got to be more to it than just me going up there. If my time in the long dark has taught me anything, it's really not going to take me that long to get that way.
So cold.
Don't worry, buddy. I know your pain. Can I get up here? Yeah, I can. More wreckage. Thank God. I'd never been so glad to see the remains of my own plane. Oh, so much for that cargo. Mm-hmm.
There's the black smoke. Need to find a way to that peak.
Good luck.
Oh God. Shelter.
Shelter? Oh, come on, it's not that bad. Is there anything here I can... Aha!
Thank God this torch still works.
This did seem a little bit conspicuous. Alright, so is it gonna be... Oh. Whoa.
Fucking jellyfish!
What, for real? That's lame. Indeed, fucking jellyfish. Oh, hey, wait, what's
Molly
this?
and I were at Rory's pub when in walked Stanley Whittaker. I picked up my pint and walked over to meet him in the middle of the room. When he saw me coming, his eyes lit up with this big, beautiful, goofy smile. I threw him a drink in his face. Then I grabbed him by his collar and I told him to keep his big trap shut about my father. Stanley blinked away the bear and said he was only looking out for me because Mr. Fancy Shoes was just too good looking and that I should have a plain fella so everyone would notice the beautiful woman. He said I was luminous. Then he said people would also know that I'm brave. God knows why, but I laughed and I asked him, "Oh, why am I brave?" "You'd have to be," he said, "to be seen with a bloke like me." Well, the entire pub burst into laughter. And then Rory threw him a towel and Stanley caught it without taking his eyes off me. They were the bluest things I'd ever seen. The bastard. I can't wait to see him again.
Cool. It's my wife's diary. How do I... Wait, no. Are you sure you want to quit? No, no, I just want to get out of this. How do I get... Oh, resume. Well, I didn't think that was going to be my way out. I like how that was voiced. It was really good, too. Oh, what? There's a cave over here. This is cool. Maybe this is where I'm supposed to go. Oh. Man, we had a lot of cargo. This stuff's just everywhere. Oh. Okay, so flashlight automatic. And I was supposed to find this first, then realize I needed a flashlight, then go find the flashlight, then come back here. But since I found the flashlight first, I got confused. Is that a brick wall? Did someone make these tunnels? Or did someone just build in something that was naturally already
As
here?
this icy stone closes in around me, I'm overwhelmed by a fear that the last 30 years together was only a dream. That I'm still trapped, still locked away in the dark. As I
Get
cross
past
this
these pipes?
godforsaken island to find you, every agonizing step reminds me that the dream is over. But the pain reminds me that I'm still alive. And as long as I live, there is hope.
That's sunlight bleeding through, I think. Either that or it's my
I will
flashlight.
find you. I will find you.
I didn't want to talk over his dialogue, but damn, this is like a really cool looking cave. What the fuck? I'm on candid camera. Holy shit. Ah, I'm on candid camera in real life too. Ooh.
Stunning. It's like a cathedral.
Go slow, go slow. I don't know if there's like... Wait a minute. The angle in which I went down did not match the terrain. Whoa. That was a big, like, bit of lag. Was something loading in? No, go this way. Man, this is a really good atmosphere. That music is really accenting my mood.
Ah, you poor bastard.
Oh. Well, free
At
stuff.
least I won't stay trapped in this cave.
I'd love to cut you down, buddy, but, I'm afraid the ice has you. But seriously, where am I supposed to go to get out of here? Obviously not the way he got in. Oh. So I'm supposed to climb up this big frozen flow of ice? Yes. Haha. Come on, Stanley. You can do it, buddy. Should be more impressed that those, that equipment is still in decent enough shape, considering how much ice is on that corpse. Woo, I'm out. Where do I go to from here? There's a lot of man-made shit.
Leonor.
Stanley, I can see the lockbox. It's empty. The crasher must have broke open. All the case files, all the information. My diary. You have to find him. You
Oh,
have
no.
to find everything. If anyone comes, Stanley. If anyone comes, they can't find out who we are.
Bollocks. All this time, we've been so careful.
Well, fuck. So then what the hell? Am I supposed to just canvass the entire area that I've already been to find all this missing shit? Oh. Oh, okay. The water is underneath the ice. Oh, shit.
Oh, what now? My God. No.
Fuck my life. Well, that's extra fucking bad. Oh, I didn't even like really notice the sledge. Well,
Earthquakes now. This fucking island is trying to kill me.
this is a man-made event. That means there's something underneath. Some kind of complex. We've seen pipes and sealed off walls. What the fuck is going on with this place? On another note, I should probably strip down to my underwear and start wringing out all the fucking water.
Another page from our journal.
Ooh, I was right to come over this way. Hell yeah.
Mother's crying in the next room. She says it's because she's happy, but I don't believe her. My father is getting out of prison. My friends protest the unlawful imprisonments, but I wish they'd kept Michael O'Shea locked up forever. Life in prison isn't long enough for him. It would kill my mother if she ever read this. What if Michael ever read it? Would it kill him? Or would he kill me? Well, the violence didn't stop when he was on the inside. But at least when I read about something terrible in the paper, I knew my father wasn't the cause. But now, God help us all.
What's with this little bit here? Stanley, these 5 numbers will save you. 3, 1, 2, 8. Well, at least there's not that many combinations it would have to be with the 5th number missing. Oh, I could use some of you, but I'm not going to take you, am I? Nope, because I'm a dumbass. It's a little bit more smoldering wreckage over that way. Take a peek at it. Oh. I might be making a mistake. That might have been dumb. Hey, more pages.
Stanley took me to this lovely old tree on the cliffs overlooking the sea. It was just the perfect spot. Then I saw there were notches carved into the trunk. I pointed them out to him and asked him how many other girls had he brought here. Stanley laughed and said when he was just a lad, he and his dad would come to the same spot for picnics, and Paddy would notch the tree to show how much Stanley had grown. I turned as red as a beetroot and muttered some kind of apology. When we sat down to eat lunch, I saw another notch at the base of the tree. When I asked him what that one was for, he winked and said, Margaret Kane.
Oh fuck, time does not pause when I'm reading those. Nearest heat source. Shit, back the way I came. If you ask Stanley. Fuck, I fell in the water. Like a dumbass. I'm gonna die. How do I get out of the water? I died. You didn't see nothing. Dear God, was I a member of the IRA or some shit? Is that why my past needs to be so secretive?
Another bunker.
And another page.
I can't stop thinking about the dream. We were flying in the plane, but I wasn't afraid. I was giddy with excitement because we were flying back to Ireland. Stanley dove the plane so fast I could feel my stomach floating, and we were laughing like we haven't laughed in ages. As we dipped out of the clouds and swooped in over the ocean, I could see the white cliffs and green hills. Stone walls and hedges divided the patchwork fields dotted with livestock. And our tray welcoming us home. Then I woke up in this hot, filthy room, dripping with sweat. Stanley's still sleeping. No nightmares, thank God. Maybe it's my turn.
Wait, does Stanley frequently have nightmares normally? Also, Stanley, use my diary to unlock your path. The fuck? She talking about this? I don't want to hit up the bunker just yet. Check every last smoldering spot I see first for more pages.
Thin ice. I've got to be careful.
Yeah, no shit. Made it. The page. Good call coming here.
The summers in Munich are beautiful. The palazzas are full of tourists.
I can't. Not yet. Sorry. Whew, much better. Okay.
The summers in Munich are beautiful. The palazzas are full of tourists, so Stanley and I blend right in. But even in the sea of anonymous faces, we have to be careful. Today, I was sitting in the park with my lunch when this young man with a big fancy camera came up to me. He was handsome and stylish, a real artsy type, and he asked if he could take some photos of me. Obviously, I had to say no. But then he said something that caught me off guard. He said that my eyes were the saddest he'd ever seen. Of course they are, I said. I'm Irish. I left everything on the bench and disappeared into the crowd.
Huh. Weird. Huh. 10 days since Stanley's last nightmare. The prayers are working. Neat. Also, I like this feature, being able to turn on and off the dialogue even after I've gone ahead and left the page. Most games, that would just give you like a one-time shot to hear what they have to say. Okay, maybe there's nothing else. I don't see anything else around here. Go, please, 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 please. I'm begging at this point. Bargaining with freaking ice.
Shit. I'll never break through that ice.
Okay, what am I supposed to do then? Okay, I'm gonna canvas around just to see like what my outer perimeter is. What is the edge of what I'm able to access? And at some point I'm gonna find something. Oh hey, here's a warm spot I haven't found yet.
Mother begged me not to go, but I assured her it was a peaceful rally. Molly wouldn't go with me, she was afraid the army would show up. So I dragged Stanley with me. I thought for sure he'd want to be there, because his father was one of the speakers. Paddy Whitaker was an electrifying presence. People were cheering and clapping as he spoke about the end to the violence, a peaceful end to the troubles. He spoke with such conviction, I nearly wept. But when I looked over at Stanley, he was wearing fucking headphones and messing with his cassette player. He said he'd heard it all before. I couldn't believe it. He has no idea how lucky he is.
Huh. Well now. Yeah, I would like to think that the whole thing with the IRA is very possible at this point. Plus, here's the final number that I needed. For once, Stanley, listen to me. Use these 5 numbers. Use them where? I haven't found a place to use them yet. Oh. More cave. Away I go. Ah. What were the numbers? Three, 1, 2, 8, 0.
First the shelter, now this lock. I've got to find a way through. I don't believe it.
And you just did.
Those numbers from the journal. This makes no sense.
No! For real? I'm gonna die. Follow the pipes. It's the only logical thing I can do at this point. Well, it's dark.
Freeze.
Get the torch out, Stanley.
What? Still alive.
Yeah, I should totally be dead. That would just kill me immediately. Well, not immediately, but it would pretty much put me in a very bad predicament. I've watched Bear Grylls. I know what happens. There's a little bit of flaming something, or something lit.
Oh, this valve. Maybe.
Oh.
That's good.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank God.
So, the blue pipes are probably cooling pipes or just like cooled water. And steam is inside of these red pipes. It's some kind of like cooling and heating system for the bunker. Well, my world's starting to get a little dark.
I don't know what's wrong with that man. Stanley came into Rory's pub tonight, sweaty and out of breath. His eye was swollen, his lip was bleeding, and he looked as proud as a peacock. He and one of his no-good mates went messing into East Belfast to stir up trouble. Stanley had the brilliant idea to spray the Story Plough over a Unionist mural, but they got caught by some locals and they got into a scrap. Rory thought that was a gas and bought Stanley a pint. I told Stanley he was an idiot. What if he'd been caught by the guard or the UVF? They'd have bloody killed him. But he was just too proud of himself to listen.
Damn. Oh, another bunker entrance. Hell yes. Oh, but I can't. Oh, no. No. Shit. Oh. Oh, no, wait. Hold on. Give me just a moment to kind of do a tiny bit of exploring. Worth it.
Stanley can still surprise me, even after all this time. We drove out for a picnic at our tree by the ocean, but when we got there, Stanley pulled a guitar case out of the boot. I had no idea he played guitar. All afternoon we laid together, in the grass, under the tree, while Stanley strummed and plucked away. It was grand. Then he told me to close my eyes. I told him he better not have any funny ideas, but he said he tried learning a new song just for me. After a few bars, it started to sound familiar, but I couldn't stop myself from kissing him before he could finish the song. I'll let him finish it for me someday.
That's sweet. Found a note. Don't let me die yet.
My face hurts from trying to smile all night. I can't blame Stanley. There's no way he could have known. He's not that cruel. He knew I was named after Beethoven's opera and just assumed that I'd be a fan. But it was my father who loved the opera. He'd blast those records into the night and stagger about with a half-empty bottle, waving it in time with the music. It was terrifying. But I loved Stanley. So I gripped his hand and smiled through the entire performance.
That's one way to grit your teeth. Is there a pipe or something? Oh, there was a valve I freaking missed.
Is this another bunker? How many are there?
Oh, it's nice and heated now. Still frozen as shit. So what's the point in having this other than it just being like an accessible heat source all the way down to this point? Oh, it turned this on. I already went this way, got a note and died. But I'll gladly stand here and get a little warmth while I proceed to my next objective. Oh,
These
the
pipes.
pipe.
They must all be connected.
Yes. Could this possibly melt some of the bunker entrances if I get them all?
Stanley, are you there? Oh, it's so cold. I can't stop shivering. My leg has gone numb. At least it doesn't hurt anymore. I might have fallen asleep. I heard voices. I don't remember what time it is. I think it'll be dark soon. But I don't think I'll make it through the night. Stanley, you've got to stay warm.
Oh, God. Hypothermia must be setting in. Oh, shit! Hail! Hail's
Only-
too strong.
Only
can't
on
get
that
through.
side is there hail. Magically, all that is on that side is hail. Okay, I'm gonna pick apart that one just a little bit. Hey, another path. Why would there be isolated hail just in that one damn spot? Man, it'd be nice if there was something useful in some of these boxes.
Molly and I snuck out to a party tonight. It was in full swing by the time we got there, meaning all the boys were bollocksed. Well, not all. We weren't there long when this beautiful lad hands me a beer and said his name was Colin. Oh, he was tall with bright green eyes and he wore neon-coloured runners. I asked him if it was his party. He shook his head and said that knew it was my party. Then he turned and waved his hand around like he was the great fucking Gatsby. And the first thing we saw was Stanley Whittaker throwing up in the kitchen sink. I laughed and said he could have his party back. Oh, we blathered for a while and we were really getting on when Stanley Whittaker stumbled over and asked Colin if he ever wore those shoes outside. And before I could tell him to fuck off, Stanley asked Colin if he knew I was the daughter of Michael O'Shea. I felt my legs go numb. Colin couldn't get away from me fast enough.
Oh, I get it now. Yeah, it all makes sense. So, this part when it talks about how she's like mad at him and everything, and then he walks up and says all those nice things and woos her. He's showing her that this guy Colin is a shallow piece of shit, and was scared of her because of who her father was, and apparently her father was a very bad person. And here, Stanley at the end shows her that he didn't care who her father was, and he liked her for her. While that was a very roundabout and asshole-ish way to do it, it was at the same time kind of sweet. Oh. I don't think I noticed this big geyser over here. It's moving me further away from where my other half of my plane crashed with my wife, but I'll go ahead and see what this is. Oh, it's just a big, source of heat. There's no valves or anything that I can see. Yeah, I don't see any valves or anything. On to the next set of pipes. Well, shit. I mean, there's some wreckage here, but I don't see any... Oh.
This thing. Christ, I hope it's big enough to protect me.
Ah. I'm using the door off the plane as a riot shield. At least I think it's the door off the plane. It looks kind of like one. Alright. Moment of truth.
The door. It's working. Kiss my arse, fucking island.
Yeah, man. Fuck this place. This is the most bullshit island on the face of the earth. I mean, it has weird localized
smoke.
weather.
Nearly there. Oh no.
Nope. And I can't turn around.
Oh fuck! Help! Help me!
Fuck! Oh. I'm in the bunker. Underground prison? Maybe? I'm not totally sure. Okay. Be funny if this is the place where her father is being held. Nightmares return. Maybe that's what it was showing.
No.
Who knows?
No! I was right there. What do you want from me?
But where am I now?
Tell me what you want from me. Pull it together, Stanley. The sooner you find Leonore, the sooner you can get her off this fucking island. Just find her.
Okay, but, what way do I go? I'm not freezing to death anymore. Oh no, I am. I totally am. Huh.
I will not be a prisoner's wife. I will not become like those other empty wives, like my mother. I will not be looked after or taken care of, isolated. There is no light without him. He is my heart, and I cannot live without my heart. I'll do whatever it takes to get him out. I will not be a prisoner's wife.
She broke Stanley out of prison. Guess he fucked up a little too hard.
I'm lost. Leonore, please call. Let me hear your voice. Ah, of course. Missing the fucking handle.
Well. Let's just do a tiny
Shit.
bit of exploration.
Shut.
I was kind of hoping there would be more writing than just that there. Oh. More fire, more wreckage. This can't all be my plane. I mean, this is Fidelio. Oh.
So many funerals today. I was with Stanley at his father's funeral. There was quite a crowd of people. I told Stanley his father would be proud of the turnout, but he said Paddy would just want to make a speech. The police were watching the crowd, but they didn't bother anyone. They were hidden, but I spotted them straight away. I had to help Stanley write the eulogy for Paddy, but when it came time to read it, he couldn't speak. He gripped the sides of the lectern so hard I feared it would splinter in his hands. Finally, Stanley said Paddy was the speechmaker, but he wasn't enough like his father to do him justice. He just folded up the speech and left in silence.
More jellyfish. Oh. What the hell are these bones of? This looks like some shit out of Jurassic Park. These don't look like regular old whale bones. Maybe I just don't know enough about whale anatomy. They probably are. Or they're really, really big dolphins. Oh. This place is covered in carcasses. Holy shit. More fucking jellyfish. But what is this? I mean, obviously it's got to be some kind of whale. No. No. Oh, no. Am I stuck?
Need to find another way.
I'm stuck. I wandered too far into the corpses, and now I shall join them.
Why do we keep standing on these jellyfish?
Whoa. I think I broke free. Oh, how did I do that? Thank you, jellyfish. You somehow freed me.
All dead. Everywhere.
Oh, now you have something to say about all this.
I wonder why I keep these damn journals.
No, let me get to a proper heat source first.
I wonder why I keep these damn journals. There are so many things I wish I could forget. Today at the school site, my senses were filled with the buzzing of insects and the smell of the jungle. But then, all at once, I thought I was back in Belfast. The air rocked with a heavy thud of a bomb exploding. Stanley took off in a dead run towards the sound. A cow had set off an old landmine, and there was a man at the edge of the field shouting for everyone to stay back. But Stanley, he charged past him, splashing into the mud. I wanted to stop him. My voice froze in my throat when I saw Stanley lift the tiny body out of the grass. The boy's name was Udom. He'd been walking with the cow. Udom's father collapsed as Stanley gently passed the boy to him. Udom's father kept apologizing over and over for not protecting him from the evils brought to this village.
Huh. A story from their travels. Man. I'm starting to run out of time. So I guess I'm gonna have to cut this video here. Oh, this is a really kind of neat story. I like how this game's giving us a really in-depth look at basically the 30-year relationship between Stanley and his wife. And as far as I can tell so far, Stanley was kind of a bit of an activist, I guess you could say, both him and his father, for Free Ireland. At least, I don't pretend to know too much about that kind of stuff. Things I kind of wish I knew a little bit more about. But from what I could tell, that's pretty much the gist of it. And after Stanley's father passed away, he must have done something really stupid and gotten himself thrown in prison. And his wife couldn't handle him being in prison because she's already had to go through that with, you know, seeing how her mother is with her father being in prison, because apparently her father was a very, very bad man. So bad, in fact, that the sheer mention of him scared people off. So she broke Stanley out of prison. And they are living on the lam. Now that all brings us to here, where I have to find all these letters, these journal entries from her diary that pretty much could, if found by somebody else, land them in some serious hot water. To be fair, though, I'm pretty sure hot water would be preferred to this icy mess. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, or if you just have an opinion of voice, why don't you go ahead and leave your comments down below, and I'll get back to making more awesome videos for you guys. Later.